Screenshot. Let me see if I can do a screenshot first. Cause this shit funny as the fuck, bro. I gotta make it funny. You know what I'm saying? I got to make the shit funny to stop a motherfucking cry. This shit funny there, bro. Yes, absolutely. Judaism physically and ideologically birthed the Christianity and Islam, acting as the root source for both faiths. How they did that though? How they did it though? I just figured out today, man. I've been knowing about it live. That's what I've been know about John. I've been know that shit, but I'm talking about both of them. So both of their ass piggyback off the shit that the Jew already put down. You know, the God of the Jew, he loved the Jew first, because this day story. I'm going to catch them Mongolians and them Jews in a synagogue somewhere. And I got a feeling where I'm going to catch their ass at. I just ain't no investigator. I been had a notion. But I'm going to catch them hoes, bro. Got them hoes in cahoots somewhere for them hoes to let these bitches run the face script. See, they got the animation, they got the technology. So they got to bow down to the technology. Man, they got some shit they put on your head, they braid your hair real fast. Got shit they just tattoo your shit real fast. Remember they were talking about some kind of goddamn ink or something the other day about they doing something about doing some kind of tattoos. I said, what the fuck are they talking about? I said, what the fuck are they talking about? And I seen it. They just run that shit down your arm, tattoo your ass up, put the shit on your head, they just fix your hair, braid your hair. Man, these motherfuckers, the leaders of technology, see, that's why they got to bow out to Japan. They the leaders of technology, man. They came with the animation, but they got some shit that's real, though, bro. It's something they said they were doing. It was something I was studying. They were talking about somebody doing some kind of tattoo, and I believe this was the fuck they were talking about the shit I seen last night. I said, look at these motherfuckers. But the Israel got to be the last one standing, bro, because everybody latching on to their story. Leviticus, you know what I'm talking about? Leviticus, the Levites, these are stewards of God's money. These the ones who gonna govern. They gonna govern for God. God and govern the same thing through Leviticus. These are stewards of God's money, bro. And they gonna make you be a part of this covenant. We are a covenant nation because we born broke. We born into debt. We in the covenant. Most of by faith. But this how they really stamp it through the government. Your ass gonna goddamn live off debt, and that's it, nigga. And that's it, nigga. But that shit said foundation, that major global monotheism. See, monotheism supposed to be the sun, though. Not no imaginary. This shit ain't imaginary. The sun, he come for real every day. And people don't get what the fuck I be trying to tell them, bro. This shit crazy. Teaching death and resurrection. Okay, sacred text, the Bible, which includes the Old Testament, the Hebrew Bible, and the New Testament. Okay, but it's the Old Testament had to come first, right? And it ended with Malachi and Elijah being ascended without death. And the prophecy is going to take place when he returned. The prophecy is going to take place when he returned. And when God returns, both of them return at the same time. God returned as Jesus, and Elijah returned as goddamn John the Baptist, and they rejoiced in the belly for such. And this is what Islam and Christianity get the latch on. And that's why all this shit Jew. Every last one of these religions belong to the Jew because you latching on to a story that they wrote. That's why the Jew don't give a fuck about them but the first 5 books of Moses, bro. You understand that? And they gonna give a fuck. The dragon, how the dragon gonna get a beast of authority over the Jew? That's why you know they in cahoots. The dragon come along and get the beast. They write it in there. They gave the dragon his just due. They wrote him in there. They put him there. The dragon, the Draco constellation, pierced of the seven celestials that line up when you pierce the dragon, as being the serpent that guards the apples, that guards the garden, our garden where the fruit was at. The golden apples, and he gives the beast the authority over the motherland of the true Hebrews, of the truth. They all in it. They all in cahoots. Like my nigga say, we know the truth now. They telling you in the story. They telling you this shit in the story. The dragon give the beast the authority. The serpent give the beast the authority. The beast, we know who the beast is. That's the North. Bestiality. That's the North. And he gives them an authority and to send us into wonder. The ultimate wonder is space. He gave them the authority to come down through Egypt and bring that globe plate, North Pole globe plate, down into Egypt. They the last ones to get there. They the last ones to get there. They already took this shit in 525 AD. They the last ones to get there. I told you, them white folks ain't never seen no niggas on no throne, bro. And he allowed them to do such because he know they finna enslave the rest of the bloodline, kill the rest of the tribes, enslave the true divine people. Enslave the truth, period. Enslave the truth, period. We the truth. Everybody in the world know we the truth, bro. They done modified themselves and beat us down so bad. Now they goddamn, they shoot jumpers in our favor. Them niggas can't fuck with us in nothing. To enslave and go ahead and stamp out and take the rest of the bloodlines, which is going to give, in turn, give them what? Inheritance of the land. So he allowed this motherfucker to come enslave us and send us into wonder as they just regular. Yeah, y'all go ahead and take that little land over there. Go on, finish stamping them out. And we're going to keep that y'all foot on their necks forever. Now they going to be our footstool. They go for the South, the East, and the motherfucking North. The North ain't doing nothing but cop off what they seen on the walls where they went down in there and pick it back the story of AG. I'm trying to tell you what's going on, bro. See what I'm saying? That's what the fuck went on. And they latched on to the story because the prophecy is that when Jesus returned, there's going to be, not when God returned with his wrath, you know what I'm talking about? Whenever he returned, he was going to goddamn put judgment. He made his judgment. He came back as the son of righteousness from Mary's belly. And Elijah came back through Martha's belly. And Martha is a Jew. Martha is a Jew. And Mary is a Jew. So the Jews birthed Christianity and Islam and blessed it because they were going to finish their jobs. Killing all the Negroes and taking all the bloodlines, taking all the rest of the land from the Negro so we can be just refugees, savages, mercenaries, laborers for the rest of our entire life and not know that we the true gods that they got this shit from. That's the story, my nigga. But we got the divine truth, my nigga. This is crazy. This is crazy. He told me, nah, at first you missed what I said. Yes, the book of Leviticus is named after them. As it contains the ritual laws and duties that the Levite priests were responsible for overseeing in ancient Israel. They the overseers of God's money. This is who you get a 10% to this day, the Jew. They wrote this shit, bro. Don't let them Jew you. Make sure you get your chain, boy. You're going to store, don't let them folk Jew you. Everybody know we can't trust a Jew, but we trust in Jews. Yes, Levites are Jewish. They are members of the Hebrew tribe of Levi. Yeah, Levi. You know them Levi's you wear, and they got the goddamn horses on both sides, pulling them pans apart, representing how the motherfucker used to tie a slave leg to one horse and a leg to the other horse and rip his ass apart, and nuts fall up out of him. Yeah, that's Levi. Look at that Levi patch. And these folks show you right in your face what the fuck the deal is, and people just overlook this shit. And traditionally holds distinct religious roles within Judaism. They were Mary and Martha were from Judea. They were Jews. That man ain't the first Jew to get here. They was already Jews. I'm trying to show you the Jews who wrote right for Moses. And Moses telling the story of Abraham, his people, after he was raised in all the ways of the Egyptian. Look at my nigga Malcolm X. Yes, Sammy Davis Jr. formally converted to Judaism in 1961 and frequently spoke about his faith and wore a 6-point star necklace throughout his life, just like I'm doing. See what I'm saying? I use that motherfucker to spark conversations, nigga. sparks there. I'm forever seeking knowledge, and I love to spark conversation because nigga be thinking nigga po be dumb. So when they go to fucking talking to him, I just wherever level they, I just jump right in on them and then just crush their ass with knowledge, bro. I be killing them niggas. I love when they out there speaking, try to speak to me about what the fuck what I'm repping. I'll try to get a picture of Sammy with his sick bust out in there. He fucked the game up. He fucked the game up. It reflects biblical phrase to the Jew first, and also to the Greek. Saturday let them latch on. Also the Greek now. Let us get in now. And they went right on back over there and wrote that New Testament. Latched on and both of them birthed together. Just like motherfucking Ishmael and Isaac, the first little covenant with God. And then here come them right, they knew the New Testament and they got their Quran. And latch on to the last chapter of Malachi and make the prophecy come on in because they writing all this shit in the synagogue somewhere, bro. Real talk. In real life. In Christianity, that reflects the biblical phrase to the Jew first and also to the Greek. Meaning God's historical revelation began with the Jewish people before extending it all to all nations. To all nations, but we ain't got no nation no more. That's why I said we got to start a nation. That's why I made that flag. That's why I started my nation. Melon Nation 3GD. You got to have a nation to even start to even, but you still building under the guise of them anyway. So, but we need a nation. Who is we? Who is us? You feel me? Islam, God, Allah, the universal deity who sent prophets to all nations, including Abraham, Moses, and here come Abraham, with the same core message of monotheism. How you gonna have monotheism with all these deities? Monotheism is the worship of nature, the sun. The sun is the number one bright light. It's the light of the world, bro. And it was all over. It's a whole lot of little symbolisms and the swans and all that, but the number one deity is the sun. The true deity is the sun. That's the life in existence. I don't know why folks don't get it, bro. I don't know why folks don't get it. Describing the chosen, the Jewish people, first to establish a covenant, however, perspective. In theological context, particularly within Jewish and Christian traditions, the Christian got to go up under the Jew anyway. That way they don't give a fuck about us. Long as we keep listening to our enslaved. They enslaved us and went on and got to fucking us up upon them fake ass motherfucking Mongolians coming over here getting all that dope and claiming to be Native American, took all our bloodline. All of them was in cahoots to do this shit to us, bro. Stamped us out all over the world because we had traveled all around this bitch and showed them how to goddamn grow crops and be civilized and what we was off into nature. And now everything AI'd out. And the AI. That shit crazy. Mary, the sister of Martha. Oh, they sisters. And Lazarus was also Jewish. Like her siblings, she lived in the first century. She lived in the first century Judea village of Bethany and practiced Judaism. Jesus' mama and John the Baptist's mama, which is Elijah's mama. Because Elijah returned as John the Baptist. Who stamped it? Jesus. It's written in red, and anything written in red, that's him speaking. Verily, verily, I say unto you, that indeed Elijah is John the Baptist. I go find it. Y'all go find it for yourself. So that's the covenant, that's the end, that's all of it is going up under this Jew shit and supporting this Islamic war shit. By default, if you don't even think you don't believe in it, yes you do. Because you believe God gave salvation and granted salvation and freedom and promises to the Jew first. Gotta be a Jew writing this shit, bro. Don't let them Jew you, my nigga. She lived in Judea. Look at her. Martha is Jewish. She lived in Judea during the first century and was the resident of Bethany, a small Jewish village near Jerusalem. Mustafar Muhammad claimed Mustafar Muhammad. I say, who sent the message to the black man? Who? Who sent the message to the black man, dog? Who? Who sent the message to the black man? I'm gonna show you who sent it. Now I got my shit started. Who sent it? Who sent it? Malcolm X spoke highly of Egypt, famously saying, "My heart is," and cause I always want to know what he said about Egypt. He didn't speak enough. Look at him right there with Martin Luther. Them niggas had said they finna march for reparations. X had figured this shit out, bro. When X went through there and seen whatever had the artifacts he seen in Giza, bro, that man figured out. He started talking about genocide. He knows the genocide of a people. He wasn't talking about no genocide, no fucking Africans. He seen himself, bro. Man, Malcolm had figured this shit out. That's why he was always saying, man, what the fuck Malcolm X got to say about Egypt, bro? Because Kelly was on it. I know he was there because I seen him riding the little donkey, riding the little camel, I think. I don't know what he was. He was riding on the camel, I think. Riding from the pit. I said, man, why they don't never let X talk about what he seen in Egypt, man? That probably when they shut him down and told him he can't talk no more, bro. It was something bigger than why X had to go, man. They had to put on down on him, bro. He had started putting down on the Islam and all that shit. That man figured this shit out, bro. During his visit in 1964, he praised Egypt as one of the most progressive and swiftly developing nations in Africa. How? Wasn't no niggas there? Know what he seen? He seen himself in that bitch. In them artifacts. And he knew he had been tricked, bro. That nigga went to Mecca and said, what the fuck? I thought this was a message to the black man. Well, man, he riding them and all them goddamn fake ass Arabs, man. Them Ishmael niggas in Mecca. Then he went and come past Egypt, and when he went through there, he seen the bloodline. Did he disconnect it from Africa or not? I don't know. But he seen himself. Because when you see them original Egyptians, it's some of your soul that you know you're looking at yourself, but that be connecting you to Africa. You're not from the South. Africa is the South. This is the Western Plateau. This is the Hebrew God land. This is the Hebrew divine land over here where we at. And our divine people went out and civilized these motherfuckers and they started snapping them out, taking their bloodline everywhere, killing them all. Under advisement and under the authority of their God of war. Kill all them goddamn Canaanites. Kill every last one of them motherfuckers. Don't leave none of their inhabitants breathing. That's what he told them. Who he killing? He killing Negroes, bro. There weren't no African Canaanites over there. That was us. The ones that exiled us about our own shit. That what the fuck happened, bro. He did. So he received the message from goddamn Elijah Muhammad received the message from Farah Muhammad. I go show y'all a picture of the nigga. Y'all said that nigga ain't no oh yeah, the mixture. Fuck you sending a message to the black man in America for, bitch. Fuck is you on? They don't know message from you. We need the Savior to come. The one we waiting on. The fuck. Farah Muhammad claimed he is the message. Well, his message was divine revelation that he brought directly from Mecca because the Nation of Islam teaches that Farah Muhammad was Allah, on leg, on head, God in person. The same script. They believe the message originated from himself. From a historical perspective, scholars note that his teachings drew from various sources, including the Bible, the Quran, the Moorish Science Temple of America, and the Black Nationalist Movement. And he ain't no nigga or no African. But he sent a message to a nigga in America, and they latched on to this shit, and they can't disconnect themselves from the East because they loving Jewish Nick. Man, we got to be listening to that. No Jew talking about. I know our oppressor. The nigga that know we ain't got no business listening to none of these people. We listen to our ancestors, bro. We listen to what we digging up out this ground on our own soil. That's proving that all three of these motherfuckers is against a nigga, bro. Don't try to show y'all. All three of them. Isaac and Ishmael, that's already Islam and Jew. And then they come and bless these other motherfuckers that come down to East, all these motherfuckers around the office. They come and bless them niggas too and let them write Islam. That's why you can see goddamn David Rockefeller daddy. What the one of Rockefeller you see it with the feds on his head, with the boys, with the star, all that shit come from these folk, man. Shit ain't your original teachings with motherfucking little Mo talking about. Moses, all them little Moors, Berbers. They ain't on our shit. Our shit is nature, man. Period. We divine. We gonna feed them, you gonna feed them, they gonna feed stray dogs. They ain't gonna throw no food, we gonna go out there and put it out there somewhere for a little stray cat can get it. Nigga, that's our nature, nigga, to feed the animals, take care of the earth, and nourish each other, bro. That's what we supposed to be doing, my nigga. And we had all this shit wrote down. They redid it and constructed it and wrote. That shit crazy. That shit is crazy. Look at X. Look at X. Look at X. X face supposed to be smooth. He just said fuck it. X got a beard and everything. X said fuck them all. X said fuck them all. X done grow the beard on them hoe and everything. My nigga X over there seeing some shit. Like he on a donkey. Come through that bitch on a donkey. On a jackass though. You hear me? X coming through that bitch. See how X coming through that bitch? They still don't grow no hair on their face. Look at X, man. X bucking. X said, bitch, you want reparations. You wouldn't have got a king up, man. We need to march together, man. We need reparations, man. These folks done got there committed genocide on our people. That's how I know he know. X knew, man. They had to get him to shit the fuck up, bro. Cause he probably finna be talking that same shit that we know the truth not talking right now. Cause he went in there and synced himself. Why you couldn't do that, Seth? You got to hold on to that African shit with all your might cause you were raised in the crowd. You think you holding on to that shit. Nigga, you from Detroit, Michigan, a little yellow ass nigga. You need to tighten up. Then you still believe the goddamn earth a globe, bro. Listen to your goddamn young Pharaoh. Yes, the Israelites are Hebrews. The Bible Hebrew is older ancestry term used for Abraham and his descendants, while Israel specifically refers to the descendants of Abraham's grandson Jacob, whose name became Israel. Essentially, all Israelites are Hebrews representing the same lineage, and people groups are at different stages of their history. They took our name and then gave it back up. They became the Hebrew slave. But we the Hebrew. And they enslaved us on our own shit. Then stamped it out and turned us into laborers and mercenaries, stateless motherfuckers. Y'all read the definition I read earlier. When Moses wrote the Torah, including the story of Abraham, his primary audience was his people, the Exodus generation of the Israelites, because he realized he ain't looking nothing like no Egyptians, that he was a motherfucking double-knot spy. Whoever wrote this shit, they writing this nigga into the story. His mama don't even want him. They mamas don't never want him. Remnants and ramblers, none of them don't know. There's always father. Where your mama at? Send them, gave him away. And if we had them enslaved, why we eat his ass up like they do us? They eat our babies up. Should have ate Moses' ass up. But they ain't in our nature. We ain't enslaved these folks, man. These folks telling us our story in reverse and putting themselves in our place to goddamn take the bloodline and say the promised land that over there in Canaan, where they took, because we was over there in Canaan. And the Phoenicians said they were Canaanites. That's our bloodline. So they was over there killing our bloodline and disconnecting us from our bloodline, which is genocide. A holy genocide, bro. That's what the fuck went on, bro. When Moses wrote the Torah, his audience was goddamn proud. The Exodus generation of Israelites having just escaped centuries of Egyptian bondage. We done fed these niggas for centuries and fed Moses' ass for centuries. And he turn around write this and go to speaking for Abraham. The niggas who warring and coming in and get the crops who trying to goddamn come and fuck what we done started. Nature all across the lands. It's already monotheism because niggas know the sun is existence. That's why the sun disk is so prevalent. That sun is a melanated disk, what I'm trying to tell y'all, bro. And that's who all of them emulate. All of them putting themselves right in front of the sun to create their story. They got to use the sun to create their story. That's why they put themselves in front of the sun and become the portal. The hand with the eye. These Osiris, the eye, and these all of them. Put themselves in front of the sun like they the truth. But you ain't the truth. The sun is the truth. The light and the way. The fuck you talking about? The sun. The rise with healing in his wings. He already came back and he already gave the beans, okay? He came back in the last chapter of your first book. But now y'all done left a little niche that Elijah gonna come back. And he gonna come back with a rap. So he did. He came back out the belly of Mary. And Elijah came back out the belly of goddamn Martha as John the Baptist. And that's why the prophecy had to take place for the ones who rejoiced in the belly for John the Baptist to be the one that baptized him in that water. And them white folks ain't did nothing but came down to that bitch and looked at them walls and started copying off what them Africans put down with that Osiris shit. That's why you see the Pope trying to look just like Osiris. And Osiris is not the shit. He mythological as fuck. That nigga mythological as fuck. What I knew? That nigga mythological as fuck. Nigga, we the Hebrews knew. And I'm on their ass, bro. The first Egyptian that was over there, why all of them be light-skinned on that wall, brown like us. That's why. Because they came from over here. The first Egyptians came over here. We the Hebrew people. That's our nation. And we the ones they stamped out all over the motherfucking world. That's what the fuck went down. That's what the fuck went down, bro. Having escaped centuries of bondage when these people needed to understand their true identity. Well, what their true identity is, y'all already got a true identity. Y'all Jews. Right this shit. Their ancestral covenant with God. And their divine right and to the promised land. Though they fight for their inheritance. And although they did stamp you away from all your inheritance, everything you did, killed and disconnect you, genocide and use cultural convergence to separate you from your people. Y'all got the same knowledge that you left homeland with. The motherland over here, that's why they named that shit Key West when got there. They got the keys to the West in the 1492 when Columbus brought his ass over and they got that dope. That's why I stood right there on that Peruvian flake trying to figure out what the fuck was going on, bro. In real life. I don't play with these hoes. He talking to Moses was learned in all the ways of the Egyptians. They took him and fed him. His mama don't even want him. Now you can see. You can look at the mirror and look at the niggas like, damn, that nigga like me. Man, fuck this shit. Let my people go. Now you gonna turn. You know you wasn't like them. You know you didn't look like none of them folks in the first place. None of them true goddamn first Egyptians. Our bloodline, the Hebrew. Yeah, we the Hebrew, bro. I'm fair to Hebrew. I'm fair to figure it out. I'm a goddamn Hebrew, nigga. These more got our shit all over. We up in these mountains finding shit 9,000 to 10,000 years old now. It's old with. All they got to do is wake up and listen. Yes, genocide is strictly illegal under international law. It is codified as an international crime under the 1948 Genocide Convention. Huh? And this is we supposed to be going up on the right here. Cause we the result of genocide. We ain't got no nation. We don't know who the fuck we is. But now we do. Yeah, y'all need subs or that nigga we know the truth now. I don't care how he say planet. He say planet much he want to. Every time he say it, I'm gonna say we ain't no planet. Every time he said I'm gonna run about bro, we ain't on no planet, bro. I want to talk to nigga real life. I'm on TikTok trying to catch this nigga live. Cause he led me to Peru. I went right to Peru. Follow my knowledge. I led me right to him with them languages. I said I'm gonna find out I gotta find out about these languages now. That's why I named that bitch Aramaica. Behind Aramaic. And I know they had interchanged Aramaic with Hamric. That was an ancient Ethiopian language that came out of Geechee, where it come from, the Americas. Right back to Peru where all this agriculture and shit started. Y'all can't be civilized. Y'all can't grow no crops, nigga. We came and made cradles of civilization for you bitches all over the world on that 33rd parallel. Then they tell you the motherfucking Phoenicians was master navigators. Where they learned it from? How they bring you American copper, 95 to 96% copper from the goddamn Great Lakes to over there, bitch, if they ain't down our folk. And they told you they were the Canaanites. See, I said, man, I'm gonna just leave that Canaanite shit alone so I can figure that shit out. I said, cause that's how they connect the Africans to that shit. But it wasn't the Africans, the ones they exiled and enslaved your ass. Over there trying to steal your crops and all kind of shit. Fighting for them crops. That's what they fighting for. They ain't never seen no shit like this before, nigga. We done took palm trees, all kind of soil, copper, all kind of shit. Irrigation system. They went right back in that bitch and told them irrigation system and shit up, and that shit turned right back into the desert, cause that's what it was when we got there. Nigga, we going across the world turning desert land into goddamn beautiful shit. With agriculture. We putting agriculture in these niggas' desert. And everywhere we went, they started calling it their cradle of civilization. So who civilized who? Then you came back to the motherland and said, goddamn, we got the keys to the West now, Key West. We see the golden apple. And the dragon telling you in Draco constellation, this dragon, that's the east, the Orient. In the east, Orient mean east. We know Kung Fu them is a dragon. He give the beast the power over us. He give him the authority to lead us into wonder. What wonder? The ultimate wonder is space. He allowed him to go down to Egypt with that globe talk. When a white boy went down there, had their Ptolemaic period, teaching that globe shit. And how every last one of us in wonder, following how these hoes, they got cars and cul-de-sacs and all kind of shit. Elon Musk, you need to be the first one to lead this hoe. And as you lead, so you won't be in shame, you lead this time, just stay up there, but send us that camera footage or not turning that camera off so the whole world can see the transition of this motherfucker turning into a water ball. All we gonna see that you full of shit and all y'all hoes been full of shit against the true nature's people for the longest. And you ain't got to come back and be ashamed because you ain't no real human anyway, bitch. You look fine as fuck. All you Mongol ass motherfuckers. Every last one of these bitches Mongolian. On my, I ain't studying it. You can't change history of the country. Now that's Malcolm. That's Malcolm now. You can't change the history of a country that has been committed to genocide and is still committing genocide just by changing the law. We got to change this law. We got to change this law. We got to vote on this. This X had figured that shit out, bro. No, if you remember, I used to always say, man, why I don't know, let us hear what Malcolm X got to say about Egypt. How we know it was there, huh? Shit, because I see the nigga riding past the pyramids. He went to milk and exposed them niggas. And when he started exposing them niggas, he started exposing Fraud Muhammad, Elijah Muhammad, fucking them little 11-year-old, 12-year-old girl having baby by him, got 15 wives, cause they living undivinely up under this Islamic shit, doing what the Arab doing over there, them freak ass white when they ain't out of our nature, bro. We done got just a perverted to these motherfuckers. He started exposing them all. He did it. Malcolm had riding through that bitch with a beard through Egypt. He just said, fuck it. That nigga seen himself. He seen our bloodline in Egypt, man. And that shit turned right back into the whole motherfucking the whole North Africa wasn't nothing but a Sahara desert. From one end of that bitch to the other. And we went in that bitch and made that and put agriculture and cultivated that land and showed them bitches how to feed. They said we would feed motherfucking empires of motherfuckers. And them hoes still turned on a nigga and tried to kill our truth and put motherfuckers in front of the sons that did it. Starting with Osiris, black ass. Nigga, you ain't the motherfucking quarterback to no motherfucking afterlife. We don't need no motherfucking goddamn deity in front of the sun. Nigga, the sun is the sun. The truth is the truth. Let the light lead the way, nigga. The light of the world. And niggas don't want to accept it. That's why they got rid of Akhenaten. Akhenaten said, man, fuck all this shit, man. Y'all know what these folks talking about. These folks talking about this sun, this monotheism. We going back to monotheism because there's one God, the sun, the light of the world, nigga. That grow these goddamn crops, nigga. That bring life to the heavens and the earth, nigga. That's too much like common sense. Niggas so much off into that shit, it's too much like common sense. Deeper linguistic origin. Photo-Germany, okay, that's how they come up with the word holy. Holy, they come up with holy and tied it to divine. That's why I don't like to say Holy Spirit. I'd rather say my divine soul. I want to say what my ancestors were saying. Because they latch words on this motherfucker with ill intent and say it mean the same thing. It can't mean the same thing because you ain't got the same mindset as my people got. We divine, nigga. I just be thumbing through this shit, bro. I'm gonna play that goddamn. I'm gonna play that motherfucker. I'm gonna play it, dude. I just gotta do play. They don't give a. I've been saying they don't give a fuck about it. Made me think about our song. Look what this shit say. Yes, eliminating entire population groups is committing as commanded in the passage. That shit said aligns with aligns with the modern definition of genocide. So when God tell them to go kill all the Canaanites and leave no inhabitants breathing, the babies and children and the bellies, yeah, kill everything, don't leave none of them niggas breathe. He killing Negroes. He killing the true Hebrew. He killing the real motherfucker that exiled and left up out that bitch and went over to the Canaan. Them hoes ain't never went over to the Canaan until they came over there and killed your ass and took your shit over there. Ran you out of Egypt, took all your crops out of there. You go set up shop at somewhere else and irrigate some shit. That was desert over there too. You went right over there and irrigated land and goddamn brung water to that bitch and stuff, and then still go kill all their ass again. And turn them into laborers and peasants and whatever. We're going to keep on taking their goddamn food. Make them goddamn grow that shit for us. You went over there killing no African Canaanites motherfucking our bloodline too. That's connected through goddamn the Phoenician. The Phoenician got the alphabet from homeland from over here. They got that copper from over here and traveled and did all that shit. The Phoenician told you they were Canaanites. But where they came from? Sidon. The ancient Sidon is goddamn down in Mississippi. That was their connection in connection to the Nazi Indians. But they trying to hide, so that's genocide when you disconnect the people with that cultural conversion shit. Bitch, that's our people, nigga. Y'all killing Negroes all over the motherfucking world, and we the divine people, nigga. That what the fuck going on right here. Shit, that what the fuck going on, my nigga. The passage often cited, dear